All right, I'm the flat rate master, and today we're talking staying organized on big jobs and even small jobs. All right, we're going to talk about what I do. Your methods may vary, but how I handle big jobs. One, magnet trays. Lots of them. Lots of them. When I say magnet trays and lots of them, I mean lots of magnet trays. On some jobs, I've gone so far to have 5 magnet trays in action. One on my cart for, underbody stuff, taking a front end off, putting a bunch of fasteners in magnet trays on the side, putting magnet trays on the other side, couple on top. However you need to do it, but that's how I do it. I use magnet trays. If I'm doing a big job where I'm up top and down below, I'll have my magnet tray on my cart for all the underbody stuff and a magnet tray in the engine compartment for all the stuff on top. You can also use, Justin Dow suggested yogurt cups, muffin tins, whatever works for you. What works for me is magnet trays. That way you can keep your fasteners organized for the group you're working on, meaning under hood, under the vehicle, etc., etc. Keep your fasteners kind of located where they need to go, back. Another thing you can do is what I do, is organize your parts as they're coming off. Let's say you're doing an engine job and you've got lots of parts that got to come off before you can get that engine out. Now, depending on your situation, in just about every shop I've worked at, you either had to pile it on a workbench, or what I prefer to do, on an engine job especially, is I would take a part off and I would go to the rear of the bay. The first part I took off would go as far away from the car as possible. The last part to go back on is the furthest away. And then I would work my way closer to the vehicle on each side. So I basically, air cleaner assembly all the way at the back. The front, whatever was the last part that had to come off before I pulled the engine. And basically stage it so, you're going back together. I need the alternator. I need the intake manifold. I need this, I need this, I need this. That way you're grabbing the next part you need. The worst thing you can do is just pile them into a pile. The problem with that is one, they're probably going to get damaged, maybe dropped. Yes, you have to worry about stepping on them next to your bay, but less of a concern as long as you, stop at the door. And obviously make sure it's clear of the lift. But that's how I do it. So that way you're staged for when you're going back together, making going back together a lot faster. Next tip I can give you, cell phone. You think it's going to be apart for a while, or you're going to be waiting for parts. You're just worried you're not going to remember how this goes in a couple days when you go back together. Get your cell phone out. Take pictures. Take lots and lots and lots of pictures. Back in the day, we didn't have this. We had to remember it or look it up in a paper manual. You have technology, use it. The next one, this is straight up organization. Don't be just taking you're done with the socket, dump it in your cart, dump it in your cart, dump it in your cart. Before you know, you got a cart full of tools and you can't find the tools you need because it's on the bottom of that pile. So try to stay organized. I know sometimes it's hard to put a socket back in its holder, or you're, trying to, keep going, and, you need to hurry up and swap sockets. Normally what I do is my magnet trays. A socket I know I'm going to need again, I don't put it away. I put it in a magnet tray that I'm going to need it at. Now, normally for me, I'll throw it on the magnet tray on my cart rather than under the hood, because, you go up top, you're using a 10 millimeter socket, you leave it in the magnet tray, car goes up, you need it underneath, and it's up top. So do your best not to leave tools under the hood. It's good practice anyway, because chances are you'll lose it, or it'll be up there and you'll need it. So what tips do you guys have for doing big jobs? Now, most of these tips will work with small jobs as well, but what tips do you have? How do you organize your big jobs? Let us know in the comments. If you like my tips, give me a thumbs up. You want to see more like this? Subscribe. Make sure and hit that bell notification so you get notified when I put out a new video. If you didn't like this video, maybe you prefer dumping your tools all in your cart. Give me a thumbs down. Comments are always appreciated. And as always, thanks for watching. I am the Flat Rate Master.